This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Cremian, and I'm back this week with nice guy Paul Mizzi to gossip about this week's episode of FBoy Island Australia. Season 2 of FBoy Island Australia is currently airing weekly on Mondays, only on Binge, and I will be recapping it each week with a special guest, so make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Paul Mizzi, welcome back to The Cringe is Real.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
Oh, and welcome back from Japan. How was your trip?
I spent the entire time trying to find the cast members of The Boyfriend, and I didn't find any.
You didn't find any? Well, they're all over social media right now, so I feel like they wouldn't be hard to stalk.
Yeah, exactly. I did see a lot of posters of Yuzak in like all the gay nightclubs.
Yes.
Like he's plastered everywhere. But yeah, no other sightings, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. I did love that at the reunion when they were talking about, you know, all of them and what they do. And Yusak was like, yeah, I'm still doing Go-Go Boy stuff, but now, you know, I'm doing it all over Asia. And they were like, oh, amazing. And Durian was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. He's everywhere. He represents us all over Asia. It's like, thirsty girl. But yeah, what were your thoughts in the end of how The Boyfriend wrapped up?
I pretty much mirrored everything you guys said in your episode. Like I was like, I was a bit upset I didn't get to be on that episode, but then I was like, you said everything I needed to say. Yeah, I have to say, like, since then, even like the Shundai like internet presence has been getting worse and worse.
Cancerous.
I hate it.
It's
hate
so
it.
false. It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, like I
Are
cannot.
people loving it? Like I can't tell. Like clearly there's a fan base for it, and everyone's like, loving that they're together. And I'm just like, no, guys, stop feeding this beast.
Yeah, if you look at Reddit, people stan the Shundai pairing, but
no.
it's just he's just toxic, and I just want Dai to escape. But also, like, the fact that he's gone along with it now makes me think that maybe he's toxic, and they've both just found each other, and it's a good match.
I think it's the equivalent, the like Japanese equivalent of like, guys going on maths and then getting an OnlyFans afterwards. Like it's all planned out. Like I think they all, I mean, you don't go on a show like this if you're not interested in some kind of fame afterwards. And I think Dai definitely, you know, he likes to look good. He likes to show off. Yeah. You know, he's enjoying it.
The best pairing I think that has come out after the show is Taichin and Genshin as best friends, and they've actually done some like super cute content together. Yeah,
I saw that one before. Their stuff is adorable. Really enjoying that friendship. And I still think there's a bit of a justice for Taehan movement forming. I see him getting at least being involved in season 2 or getting his own show or something is going to happen there, because like it is pretty much the universal thought that he was not done justice by that show. I was thinking as well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did like a Korean version or maybe even some other parts of Asia do one as well. I can see that because Netflix love to like, you know, replicate stuff. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got like The Boyfriend Korea, and I would absolutely watch that.
Sign me the fuck up. I'm watching it.
Well, how good. I mean, look, and then it's a real whiplash diving from that show to the show we're about to talk about today, isn't it? Culturally and as a piece of television. It's bloody F-Boy. You've got me hooked. You've radicalized me. How are you feeling about season 2?
It's gone off to such a great start. Like season 1 was like one of the best seasons of reality TV ever. So it had a lot to live up to. But they've done some fantastic casting this time, and there's some real characters, and like people are getting dates that you would never expect to, and it's really like, really mixing it up, and it's managing to surprise. So
by interesting characters, you aren't possibly talking about friend of the pod Jerome, are you?
Absolutely, the 2-inch terror himself.
The 2-inch terror is on fire.
Yeah,
like instant icon.
Yeah, like this is, no other country would put him on their reality dating show. It's such an Australian thing, and we love it.
Or if they did, he'd be just like never picked for anything. But the fact that he's like out there, snagging girls, I'm so obsessed.
Yeah, and just like he will have a giant career after this. I'm surely like he's that kind of person that everyone will latch onto. I can see him on like tradie underwear ads or something in a year's time. Like, yeah,
the new Honey Badger, perhaps.
Yeah. We love
Jerome. Oh my God, make him the Bachelor. I could actually see him being the Bachelor as like a bit of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge season, but he would kill it.
Yeah, I would watch that. I would 100% watch that.
Well, he's bringing the one-liners, and I'm loving it. Should we jump into this week's episode?
Absolutely.
Cool. So we pick up at Limbro, which is where we last left off from last weekend, where we had our dramatic scene with Abby. Abby, and then Abby's face like, and it's me, Caleb. What was your first reaction to the return of Caleb?
So I know from watching the American seasons that this is a trick they've pulled off before.
Okay.
So in season 1 of the American version, there was an F-boy that actually won, and then they refused to give him the prize money, even though he legitimately won, because they said
he was that toxic.
Yeah. So
I kind of loved that.
Yeah, I hated it at the time because it's like he won. Like she was an idiot.
But this
she
show's
knew,
not real.
Yeah.
I can see Abby doing that on this and like loving it.
Yeah. So and then they brought him back as like an agent of chaos in the next season. In the exact same way, they brought him back as like a waiter kind of thing, but like he was just there causing chaos for an episode, and then he left. So I was like, okay, they're replicating that, but
this looks way more promising.
Like
You've
might
got Crystal's into it.
Yeah.
She's asking if he's on the menu, so there might be more than just a bartending gig in it for him. Who knows? We get a flashback of his antics from last season. So, just in case you didn't see, and you get his greatest hits, including, oh, she mustn't have that good pussy.
Yeah.
Like, when they replayed that, I was like, oh my God, like I thought I was going to be able to get through this season without seeing that bit.
Yeah.
But here we are. It's episode 2 and we're seeing it again.
But you say greatest hits, but they did miss out when he was listing the attributes of good pussy and he was talking about pH balance.
The pH balance bit was like, oh my God. He begs Abby in a Logie award-winning performance for a job. He's like, please, Abby, I'll take anything. Give me a job. And she's like, oh, sure, we'll find you a job somewhere in the resort. Very camp. Then over at the girls' villa, we have Ali and Nicole reflecting on last night's elimination. Thoughts on Ali?
I'm not a fan. Like
neither.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't want to be mean, but like, if I was a guy in the house, I don't know, like apart from the prize money, I don't know if I'd be going for her.
Yeah,
it just doesn't seem to be a whole lot there. It just doesn't seem like that fun, and it comes off a bit desperate as well.
the way she was following Joe around like a little schoolgirl last week, I was like, stop it. Like, if I was her, like, gay, I would be like, bitch,
Yeah.
come on. Do you know what I mean? Like, she needs some good gays to sort her out. She's making bad choices. She's making some bad fashion choices too. Sorry to just fully double down.
Yeah.
But there are some,
There's some, but I mean, not like the girls, none of them are immune from that, because there were some pretty ugly dresses in this episode further on.
Yeah. They need like 20 looks per episode, so they can't all be winners, but still. And what about Nicole?
Again, like, Nicole is stunning. She is absolutely beautiful.
Does she know it though?
Yeah. I think she might be a model. I have
heard that she has dabbled.
Yeah. But yeah, when you think of like Molly from the first season, like, she was stunning. She was absolutely stunning. But there was like
personality.
She had a very funny personality. Like, there was humor there, and I don't think Nicole's quite bringing that.
Well, thank fuck for Crystal, because she's carrying all three of them, in my opinion.
She's amazing.
Bucket loads of charisma. So funny. The Black Book is iconic. The stuff she's coming out with, I'm just obsessed. But I think the other two, as like, I'm not standing them yet, but I think they're good casting choices, particularly Ali. Like, the fact that she's seems to not comprehend what this show is, and also the way she like lost it at that producer Ep1. I was like, fuck yeah. Some producers are just like back there going, told you so.
And the fact that she's like pushing so hard for Joey, when like she should know, like, he was very clear that he was there for Nicole.
And she was the second pick. Also, how many of them are just after him? A, because he's the tallest one, and B, because everyone else wanted him. I feel like it's so predictable to just be like, oh, the one everyone wants. He must be the best one, I guess.
There's so many choices. But I guess, you know, he laid it out for us this episode. He's like, I've got everything that a girl would want. I'm good looking. I'm tall. I'm well built. I've got a big dick.
He dropped the big dick card this week.
Yeah. But
I was like, fuck off with that.
But when it's self-proclaimed, are we believing it? No. Is the question. Because Nick last season, everyone else was talking about his dick.
He was outed as being Big Dick Nick. And then he was like, well, I'm not going to deny that. Whereas this guy's telling us, and it's kind of gross. Yeah. Well, I was wondering last week, with how last week ended, I was thinking, oh, shit, are we going to get the girlies kind of fighting over a guy? And then I was like, no, I don't think they would allow that to happen on this show, because it's too much of a, you know, women-led show. So I'm like, I doubt they would let that happen. But I kind of thought last week that it could, because Ali was already saying that she's, you know, self-conscious that Nicole's gonna snag the hotties or whatever. And I'm like, ooh, maybe they will throw down. Do you think that would ever happen?
I thought the same, but this episode made it pretty clear that it's probably not going to happen. Nicole is pretty frank that she's not interested in him anymore.
Which was delicious.
Yes, that look of like seeing his soul eye, it was very good. I enjoyed that.
But also they seem like these girl code is in full effect. And I think that's, my hopes of that cracking, I don't think are going to happen. But that's fine. That's why I love this show, actually. I feel like on another show, we would push for that and we would expect that. And then we'd all froth, you know, girl fight. Woo. But this one, it's like, no girl fight.
Yeah, if you want that, watch the FBoy Island season of the American one, because that's just girls cutting each other down viciously every episode.
We've seen it. Nicole is all like, us girls need to stick together, but something about her tells me she's not really a girl's girl, but she's putting it on for telly. I reckon she's cut a lunch in her time, but anyway. They go to the beach, and this is the first opportunity that Jerome blesses us with the rig.
Yeah.
Shout out to that gorgeous beer belly.
Yeah.
I think we need to normalize this behavior on our screens.
Yeah. I love, he's representing for all us mids out there. Like, we all appreciate it.
It's the year of the mid.
Yeah.
What a bloke, top bloke. Abby introduces us to the inaugural BDE games. And this was so funny. Were they full of shit when they all were like, what's that? Because she's like, who knows what BDE is? And like half of them don't.
Yeah.
Surely that was a gag, right?
Well, yes, but also I don't think a lot of them did know what BDE was, because like they continuously like they weren't referring to it correctly, because big dick energy is supposed to be someone that exudes that confidence that they have a big dick, but that's not what they were kind of saying in their, like, some of them interpreted it as actually having a big dick. Some people, but then I think one of the girls said like, oh, he's so confident, that must mean he doesn't have a big dick. But that's like that's
I'm
against
very
the
confused.
thesis. Yeah, that's against
some of them thought it was
BDE.
Big Doug energy,
Yeah.
and then we have a great cut to Doug. Doug is killing it with the confessionals. We just get more chest pops and fucking twiddly birds flying around his head. Abby's like, it's okay if you have a small dick, and Jerome goes, yes. And then we get, look, I might have a 2-inch terror, but boy, is there energy in that thing. Love it. He's doing the double bluff with the 2-inch thing.
Yeah. Or I mean, I'm sure it's not 2 inches, but do you think
Jerome, we'd like some receipts.
Yeah. Send them through.
I'll be offering this to all of the boys this season. If you would like to settle the score, send me a pic. We'll talk about it on the pod. Make it a new segment at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Crystal picks Doug first to be on her team, and I love this. So she's into mids and prawns, it seems. Nicole picks Jerome. Yes, justice for our boys getting chosen. Yeah. Ali picks Aaron, and then record scratch. Ali saves us from the picking montage. She's like, that's boring. And then she starts directing aerial shots and stuff, which is quite funny. But then, of course, we get some good old-fashioned bullying in the way of last picked getting named and shamed. So Joey, not to be confused with Joe, was the last picked. And I was like, where have you been?
Yeah,
Joey.
Well, I'll tell you where he's been. I was driving through town today, and there was a bus in front of me, and he was actually the ad on the back of the bus.
I think it was the bus driver.
No. There was an ad for Oscar Wiley at the back of the bus, and it was him.
What?
Yeah, he must be a model, because he was.
Well, he's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, yeah. Great.
I was like, this show is following me.
Totally. Half of the people on this show, I'm like, who the fuck are you when they're introduced?
Yeah.
This was a big ep for that. So they have to dig up a stretcher from some sand and then carry their queen across the finish line. Great. These challenges are so fucking stupid, but the way that this show edits them, I can handle it.
Yeah. And it's an excuse for all the boys to be shirtless on the beach and like do physical activities. So,
and then we get Doug going, I'm Doug and I like to dig. And they're trying to turn him into like Groot. Like he's very Groot. Me, Doug.
Well, I thought he was being
Doug
turned
C.
into a like a comic relief only, but it looks like he might actually be a contender as well.
Well, hello, 3-dimensional characters on Binge.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Oh, fuck, this was funny. Jack, what a petal, is like, medic! And there's like the shots of the fucking Westpac helicopter and like the like Bondi rescue fucking jet skis. Like, it's so hectic. And then they ask him to explain what the injury was, and it was a
splinter.
A whittle splinter. Very camp. Crystal's team smash it in the dick and win by a landslide, followed by Ali's team. So then we get like tug of war, which again is just so we can get slow-mo shots of biceps bulging and Jerome's belly. But yeah, fuck, there's some hot looking lads on this show. I forced my husband to watch this week's episode with me, and he was like, whoa, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? There was lots of pausing and then, have they got pics on? Like, he's like looking up next to me. Have they got pics on? Surely they've got pics out there. I was like, this is too good. Crystal is horny, and I love her. It never gives up an opportunity for some good double entendre work. There's some tugging jokes in the tug of war. Then, oh my God, then after all is said and done, Abby's like, I'm so proud of Doug for learning what BDE stands for. Maybe now you'll be able to find the clitoris. And he's like, whoa. She's like, you do know what a clitoris is, right? He's like, it's the pussy hole.
So good.
I screamed.
I lost it.
And then he's like, Doug digs, Doug does. Dog. Then we meet Nugget for, I reckon, about 1.5 seconds. We got a confessional from Nugget, who seems to have an American accent and is a basketball player. And that I think that's about all we learn. And I'm like, guys, I'm a trained professional. This person is going home this week.
Yeah.
Like, don't introduce me to someone in this way and think that I'm not going to know what the fuck is up.
Do you feel like this season there's a bit more of that, of these like background characters that don't even get any screen time? I feel like last season was a bit more spread out. But this season there's like guys that still, episode 3, we haven't heard one word from.
Yeah. And I mean, there's 24, so it's a lot, but still, like, we got a lot of confessionals all from the same people last week. We got a lot of Jack, which I didn't need. We got a lot of Jack this week as well, who still hasn't found a shirt.
Not complaining.
I mean, but it is kind of like at the eliminations when everyone's dolled up and he's just still not wearing a shirt. I'm like, buddy, come on. Speaking of Jack, we're back at the ranch and someone's like, love your outfit. And he's like, what? I'm like, did he even pack any? The Girlinas rock up at the boys' resort, and Crystal reminds us that it is in fact not the year of the snake, not the year of the dragon. It's the year of the mid. And it's all about Riz. They were dropping Riz a lot this week, weren't they? It's all Riz, no looks. Then we cut to Jerome just being a larrikin. He goes, they call me sex fingers because I fuck everything I touch.
So good.
Classic. Crystal's into it. Even when he burps in her face. Like, that would, on any other like version of the show, if a man burped in a woman's face, it would be like, leave. Like, pack your bag.
Do you remember in season 1 when Nick said bros before hoes and he got eliminated?
Yes. And then they swiftly brought him back because they realized he was the one. So damn hot. He was the one. But I love that he just burps in her face. He's like, oh, fuck, shit, sorry. But she's like, that's a green flag. Crystal's like, do you know what? She gets the journal out. She's like, this guy is funny. And I'm just like, do you know what? Suck shit, Jack, and your abs. This is game.
But my question to you is, do you feel that Jerome is a nice guy or an F-boy?
I think he's probably an F-boy.
You reckon?
But, yeah. I mean, we'll see. He could be either.
Yeah.
with how they're playing it at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I think he's there to have fun. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an F-boy just because of the level of fun. But I'm ready for them to switch it up on us and have him like all of a sudden calm down and like say that he's looking for love. Can you imagine him doing that though?
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like he might actually be a nice guy. That's
really?
where I'm leaning. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious. Out of all the guys, he's the one I want to know the most. Like,
see, I want him to be an F-boy because I think that's more fun, and I like the F-boys more. But yeah,
as long as it doesn't affect his ability to like get to the end, I want him to be in the final.
I want him at the end.
Yeah,
Same.
I want to see him on the full day dates. I want to see it all.
I want to meet the family.
Yeah,
Fly out. Nicole chats to Dart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who is this? Again, very pretty, but also no idea who you are just yet. Joe is awkwardly standing around like a cuck. What the fuck is going on, Joe? He talks so big. He talks all, oh, boys, oh, fucking, oh, and then the girls arrive at the house and he's just standing there so awkward.
Like staring them down while they're speaking to the other boys.
Exactly. He's like waiting for his turn for Nicole. I'm like, you suck. Anyway, Nicole is like, mate, us girls don't cut each other's grass. So let's talk about it. Because to be honest, I'm not really vibing you. And I literally got up off the couch and I was like, I was so excited.
Yeah, that was a fantastic moment.
Well, he's cocky, and I just love watching cocky people get knocked down a peg, you know?
Apparently cocky in multiple ways.
Aaron plays around with the tape measure that he won at the challenge. How do you feel about Aaron? He's one of my other favorites.
Yeah, he's very cute. And he actually seems like a genuinely nice person. So I'm feeling, I feel like he might be a nice guy. But yeah, I like him. And I think, yeah, the fact that he gets this date and she kind of dismisses him, yes, kind of sucked.
Yeah, that wasn't great for him. But also, still, I think he still came across looking really good. Do you know what I mean? Like, like if anything, that date finished and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this guy's great. Go for it. Anyway.
Actually, I need to circle back because I feel like we might have missed something.
Sure.
Thinking about Joe, have we missed the part where he talked about the fact that he jerks off 3 times a day?
When did he say that?
When
I missed that.
That
is not in my notes, Paul Mizzi. This is a never before happened thing on this podcast. Take it away.
So I think it was when they were playing tug of war and they were talking about how they tug it, and then it cuts to a confessional, and the producer says, "How many times do you do it?" And he said, like, once, twice, maybe 3 times a day if I'm built up.
Oh, that's really hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was just shocked that you didn't bring it up because
I know. Well, again, like I said, this time I had a viewing company.
Yeah.
Whilst note taking, which was highly irritating. So I blame my partner for that one, and I'm going to have to rewatch to find that scene because that is hilarious. I'm excited to see what else I missed now.
Yeah.
Aaron reveals that he too has a big dick. So this episode literally is just all about everyone claiming.
Well, he did say it was like not huge. Because he said, I don't want to like. Did he say something like I don't want to like destroy it or something? Like...
He gets out the tape measure, and I was happy with what I saw. And then Ali's face is like.
It looked around 7-8, I'd say, from my guess.
It's a boyfriend dick.
Yeah.
Joe, though, like Joe needs to stop relying on that body because it's just he was such a lurker this whole scene. He's still standing in the background. Yeah. Ali's still vibing with him though, and I'm just like, girl, get a grip. Then we meet Sean, who is the hot mullet guy that my guest last week was very taken by.
Yeah.
Little tradie with a mullet, and a little mo, which, you know, come on guys, this look is absolutely done, but he's gorgeous. Yeah. Nicole says he's got Riz. I'm like, oh, you just learnt that one too, did you, Nicole? And then he reveals, oh, this was so fucked. He's like, look, I'm actually really shy. I'm like a really shy guy. Like this one time, like I didn't want to go to the hairdressers. Like I needed my mum to come with me. I was like, fuck off. Like when did that happen? When you were like 6?
From the way you were telling that story, it sounded like it happened a couple of years ago.
Well, no, I call absolute. I think Sean is absolutely an F-boy, and this is game.
Oh yeah, I
who tells?
That. Yeah,
look at him. He's not shy. He's a bloody tradie with a mullet. I'm like, watch out, girl. She buys it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they pash, and it's kind of hot. I mean, and look, I would too. And then we get a very sad but still shirtless Jack in the background. So you're into Jack, or just the look?
Like that body is amazing. Like he has a very good rig. Like I don't know, he seems all right. Like
I think he seems. I mean, look, I'm completely 180ing from last week when I was so into Jack, but this week I was just like, I don't know. He's got the same cuck energy that Joe's got now, where they just think that they like they're used to having girls just throw themselves at them, so they don't have to try very hard.
Yeah, a bit
or
entitled.
Something.
Yeah. But
you don't
like also like when you look like that, you probably wouldn't have to try that hard. So
well, no,
I kind of
that's
get
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Stop relying on that body. Oh, then this is when Sean, he's like, oh, I've got bouncing around. I'm like the bloody DVD. I'm like the DVD logo bouncing around.
I did like that. I thought that was cute. Yeah.
He got it, snagged himself a little kissy. Doug tells Crystal that he's cute. He's like, I'm cute, aren't I? And she's like, okay. I'm here for Doug though. Like he's cute and clueless. But then he kind of, when he has to, like he really turns it on for Crystal in this moment. And I kind of fell for it. Do you reckon he's a nice guy?
Yeah, I think so. Like he's got that kind of dumb guy with a nice heart energy, which I think is I think there is like, this is toxic as fuck, but I think there's nothing hotter than like a dumb guy, a dumb, nice guy, like a dumb, nice
dumber the
guy.
better.
Yeah.
But not like cocky dumb like Joe.
No, like just like
legitimately
dumb, like learning problem dumb. Yeah.
Doug also, he gives me like would let a guy suck his dick vibes.
Yeah, I see that.
Then record scratch as Caleb enters the mansion in slow motion, wearing a resort staff uniform, but with a trainee badge on, which was a cute touch. He's still the worst, and I can't wait to see. And everyone's like, what? Everyone's shook that he's there.
Including the other wait staff as well. They seem upset by it.
They're the most upset. They're like, hang on, we got to train this motherfucker? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
The girls are like, why is he here? He's an F-boy. That's not what this show is about. And he's like, hey, I'm just the bartender. He's here to stir some drinks and surely some shit as well.
Yeah.
And then we get fucking hell. Crystal is my fucking spirit animal. I'm obsessed with Crystal. This bit where she's like, so I may have accidentally sent Caleb a little voice note. And then we hear the voice note and it's like, hey, big C, how are you? Like Caleb plays as the voice note. I was dying. And she does a very good Caleb impersonation as well. Much
Do you
better than
think that
mine.
was the real voice notes or they recreated them?
Oh, look, I approach this show in the same way that I approach science fiction, and that I'm not going to ask too many questions, Paul.
Yeah, probably
because
fair.
I like to believe it's real, but you're right. They probably staged that, but
Yeah.
I'd love to believe it was the real one. I feel like they like expire these days.
Yeah. Well, if
The
either of
voice
you guys
notes.
are listening, let us know if they were the real ones or not. We'd love to hear.
Send them my way. Crystal is like, to be crystal clear, we didn't bang. It was just a flirty little DM. And I'm like, okay. And look, I trust her because she tells us what she gets up to.
Yeah. If they
normally.
banged, she would have told us.
Yeah, I should have gone, I accidentally sat on his dick.
Yeah.
But here, he's a no-no, apparently, because she's like, he's the bar staff. You can't fuck the bar staff. To which I say, you absolutely can fuck the bar staff, Crystal. Trust me. They go and have a chat. Jack is a little bit uncomfortable. We've got Crystal and Caleb knowing each other already. So Jack is like, I don't know about that. We've got Caleb in confessionals then going on about how, you know, he's got a sweet tooth. He likes a bit of chocolate. I was like, okay, Caleb, it's the same guy from last season.
Yeah.
And then Crystal asks him if he's changed. And he's like, yeah, girl, I'm ready to get serious, blah, 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 blah. Do you buy it?
No. Absolutely not. 100% not.
Yeah.
Nah.
In confessional, he's like, he says he's a reformed F-boy, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, oh, okay. There's a guy now, this is Minjara, who we meet, and they replay this clip in like an ad later, and I was like, what? Where he's talking to her about star signs with Nicole, and he seems stoned out of his mind.
Yeah.
What?
I feel like this is I think this is mean editing. There is
agree.
no way that this conversation went down the way it did, and it was very obvious that they just cut swaths of this out to create this narrative that she was talking to him and then he just zoned out and said nothing and then she walked away.
I completely agree with you. I was left being like, firstly, I was like, hang on, strange way to introduce us to this guy. Clearly you're telling us that he's in the bottom this week for whatever reason. But then with what happened later, I'm like, guys, you didn't even need to put that in because you had so much gold at the end of the episode with the fucking freestyle rap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did feel a bit mean. Like surely, like if he did actually say something stupid, they would have used that, but he didn't. So they just kind of like made it look like there was a long pause or something. Yeah. So now we get the bit where Joe tells us how amazing he is. He says, look, I get it. I'm tall, dark, handsome, muscly, got a big dick. I'm what every girl wants. I was like, my partner who's never seen the show before was like, what did that man just say?
Do you think that's his like Hinge profile blurb?
Yeah. It just says tall, dark, handsome, muscly, got a big dick. I don't know. I've seen some Grindr profiles with pretty much that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's acceptable on Grindr.
Exactly.
Like, this is these are straight people. Like, it's a different standard.
Exactly. Oh my God. I love the double standard. It's so much fun. But he did fucked it up already, I think. Like, I don't know. So Ali's like, well, what about Nicole? And he's like, he's like, nah, I'm all about you, babe. Like after our date, I've only got eyes for you. And I'm like, he's not a very good liar, is he?
Terrible, but she seems to be buying it.
when she fell for that, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
Well, I thought that
jeez,
interaction was going to end with like a big argument or her working
him leaving the
away.
show.
Yeah, and then it ended with them like holding hands. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, like crazy.
Yeah.
And this is even after like Nicole telling him off, and then now him tail between his legs taking like the second option.
Yeah.
And like very obvious that's what's going on. Yeah, she's stigmatized.
Yeah, I hope he's an F-boy, and I hope he takes her for everything. I hope he takes her for everything.
Yeah. He does have a hypnotizing quality. As much as I keep going on about how much I hate him, when he is on screen, I am captivated.
Absolutely, yeah.
She goes, "Don't hurt me, and I won't hurt you." And he's like, "I would never." Fucking idiot. And they pash because, you know. Ellie says if he's an F-boy, he's playing a damn good game. And I would argue he's playing a terrible game.
He's not.
Then this is where we get some, is it a cello or a something going?
Yeah, it's a cello,
and then it's actually Dart on the beach playing cello. And I was like, well, that's cute. It's date time. Nicole is on a date with Sean. Yes, he's hot, but again, I think she's got the most basic taste of everyone here. Like to pick Jack last week and then Sean this week, I'm like, really, Queen?
Yeah. Especially with her like mission statement of like, I want to find a guy that won't care about that I'm a model, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you. And then she's picked these like basic tradie looking guys that are like white bread. Anyway, she's doing it to herself at this point. They hang on the beach. So if the story about the haircut wasn't already fucking weird, now he does like 2 truths and a lie almost about how he got a scar or something. And he tells 2 stories. He's like, do you want the real story or the fun story? And he thinks he's being flirty. But then because both stories sound so real, she's like, hang on, you've just revealed to me that you're very good at lying.
And he's like, oh, I guess I did. Like,
he's like, shit. But then they pash hard. So I'm like, okay, these girls just don't care.
Yeah.
On Jerome and Crystal's date, she waxes him, but not entirely.
What a weird choice. And like, like none of the other guys, like there's no way the producers would have said yes to her doing that date with any of the other guys. And I mean, it was funny.
They stitched our boy up, like for sure. They were like, you're a fucking larrikin. How about we do a date, because no one's going to believe that you'd ever actually be on a romantic date with someone this hot. Like, so we're just going to like make it fun. Like that annoyed me.
It's like, you don't have a 6-pack, so we will punish you.
But this is such a classic TV trope as well, where they get someone that doesn't have a 6-pack and, oh, God forbid, some body hair, and then they like shame them somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was mad. But like he played along very well.
Yeah.
And gave us some great television. Also, can we ban like waxing already? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the hair.
Of the scruff,
yeah. It's still, I mean, as silly it is as it is, it's still kind of horny, but Crystal is there. So that helps. She asks hard-hitting questions whilst pulling pieces of flesh off him. And what did she say? Oh, I love her. She's got so many good lines. She goes, I like Jerome. He's the kind of guy that, you know, you start out with just a bit of cheese and wine and then you accidentally fuck. She loves a cheeky little accidental fuck.
Yeah.
Girl after my own heart. She's such a sweetie. We get a Book of Jerome quote. Then she says that he gets heaps of points for being funny. And I'm like, yeah, they do. And they get a pash. Yes.
Yeah. Multiple.
Yeah.
And like crashing into the water while embracing, like
Yeah.
he gets everything.
At this point, I was like, I'll be so annoyed if he's an F-boy because, like, storyline wise, we're all rooting for him now.
Yeah.
But personally, I still think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
If
I
he
mean,
is.
if he's an F-boy, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's gone or he doesn't have a chance.
No. True. She gets more kiss feedback as well. He's like, "Oh, you're a good kisser." I'm like, "Can these guys stop doing this?" And then they wrestle in the water, which is actually quite funny. Back at the boys' resort, Joe is such a piece of shit. He's like trying to intimidate the guys by He's practically like claiming Ellie now. I don't know. Do you think it's like strategy?
Yeah, I mean, if he's an F-boy, it makes sense. Like, it doesn't matter who the girl is. He obviously preferred Nicole. He's like, if I'm going to go for the money, I might as well have some fun on the way. He now is stuck with his second choice, but he's still got that money in mind. So whatever he needs to do to win it.
Yeah. Then we get Aaron and Allie's date, which we touched on briefly before, was, kind of a flop for her because I thought he was very charming. He very interested, like, I don't know, like she seems impressed by him, and now we know he's got a nice dick as well, so it's like off you go. If only I love his accent. I don't know, I like, babe, I'll have him. But no Pash.
Well, she loves Joe. She wants Joe.
All eyes on Squareface. So it's elimination time. Jack is yet to find a shirt, and it's bottom 2 time. So no surprises here. Look, not Nicole just completely proving me right from last week and just picking more POC cast members to be in the bottom again. I was like, Nicole, come on.
Yeah.
Do better. So she picks Dart and Minjara. Crystal picks Nugget and Eddie. I'm like, oh, Nugget, hey.
Yeah.
I remember you. Eddie, he's hot. He's like the Italian guy, right?
Yeah.
I was into him. He got no airtime.
Yeah, but then once he opens his mouth, like, overly cocky, like, it was kind of gross. Yeah.
And Allie picks Joey and Vincent.
And I was like, okay, this is going to be a boring elimination ceremony. These are all the duds. These are all the people we don't care about, and it's going to have no consequence. And we didn't realize I was about to see one of the most iconic elimination ceremonies of all time.
Then the poetry began. So Minjara gives us a freestyle poem, which was so funny. I love when they're like, oh, wow, have you ever had anything written for you before? And he's like, that was actually freestyle. I was like,
I can
yes, we know.
It was fucking awful. We know.
So cringe. It's like going in the cringe hall of fame.
Yeah, I was covering my face. I couldn't watch it.
It was hard to watch. Abby's like, wow. Then Dart doubles down and whips out his cello, and it's he starts just going crazy, and then Minjara just starts rapping over the top of the cello, which, like, I was like, go off.
Yeah.
But Nicole's face, though, she was like bored and not into it. She was like looking for the exit.
And then when Dart was
Dart goes, shut up.
It's wait your turn. You had your turn, mate.
Dart's like, mate, you've had your poetry reading. Now it's my turn to do my cello solo. Oh, so iconic.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a lip sync for your life, and it makes me think that they should have to do this every episode.
Yeah, just do your talent.
Yeah. Allie grills Joey's intentions. He's like, I'm looking for love here, just like everyone. And Abby's like, well, no, not everyone is. Not the F-boys. And he's like, good point. We get a Vincent supercut of him being handsy and doing this hand trick. It was almost like a sleazy magic trick thing. It was cringe, mate.
It was like a palm reading where he's like,
Yeah.
got magic in your hands. He did the same thing to all three girls. It was awful.
But it's like, dude, of course they're gonna cross-reference. Like, you can't do that. Rookie error. Nicole eliminates Dart, and such a good sport. He gets the cello and he's like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Dart is iconic.
I love Dart. I'm so sorry he's leaving. Like that elimination ceremony, like in that one scene, he just like completely proved himself.
Star power.
Yeah.
I agree. Crystal eliminates Eddie. And Ali eliminates Vincent, which I was kind of glad because, Vincent wasn't giving us much and was just being a bit creepy. It's reveal time. Of course, Dart is a nice guy because, hello, F-boys don't bring a cello with them on a reality show.
No.
And then the other two, of course, classic F-boy behavior from both of them. Did you pick it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they had that sleaze energy. And glad they're gone.
So 2 out of 3, not too bad, girls. And then before the episode finishes, Crystal goes, hang on, one quick question. Is Caleb on the menu? Dun, dun, dun. And end scene.
Why would you go to... Yeah, it was a great moment, but then I'm like, you've got Jerome. Why are you going for Caleb?
I mean, she says it's the year of the mids, but I don't know for how long that's going to last. There's some tempting treats in the villa.
Yeah. How do you feel about Caleb being in the mix? Like, do you?
I mean, it's good fun. I'm fine with it. I think it's fun. Is it going to annoy you if they start dating?
Yeah, I just feel like it's too producer driven if it happens.
Okay.
It's like it's not something that would, like, everyone knows what he's like. There's no way that anyone in that house thinks that he's changed in any way.
She just wants to smash. She doesn't want to have a relationship with him for sure.
So just like fuck him. Just fuck him.
Yeah.
And
I think she might.
Yeah, like I'd be happy with that if she's like, I just got to get this out of my
bartender.
system. Yeah, I just got to get it out of my system. We're gonna go fuck, and then I'm gonna go back to the show. You know, like.
Paul, who would you most like to fuck from the boys?
You were like slamming him last week.
Who?
I actually thought Mitch was really cute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't take my. Like, we didn't get to see much of him. And then all that was a lap dance.
Yeah. Also, I'm forgetting his name.
From who's there still, though?
No, is Mitch gone? No, Mitch
didn't he go last week?
Didn't
no, he didn't?
No.
Oh, God, look, I don't fucking know.
Anyway. Oh, no, he did go. He did go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's had any dialogue or anything yet. But there's the comedian that's in the cast. He's like ginger and like skinny and tall. He's had like no.
Yeah, he's quite cute.
Yeah, I kind of go for that kind of geekier. I just feel like these overly buffed people, I can't imagine me interacting with. It's just too far. And I feel like I'd be so self-conscious.
You're like the boys at USAC's Go-Go performance. Going,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
unattainable.
I totally agree with Crystal's like, you're the mid, like give me some mids.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sean's pretty damn cute. Yeah, I kind of want to like hate fuck Joe. I don't know. Look,
I want to see his dick. I want to see the big dick.
Absolutely. And we're going to have to see those receipts for confirmation. Have you seen all this stuff Jacob was telling me last week about how Vernon's been on social media being like, it's not small.
Yeah, he's talked about how his dick's not small. And he also is saying that Ali has lied about this whole thing and that the reason he ghosted her was because she was cheating on him or...
I love it. Do you reckon they'll bring him on later? Surely, right?
Oh, I would love.
I reckon it'll be like the final episode or the one before they'll bring it out.
I don't know though, because like, listening to like Abby Chatfield's podcast where she talked to the girls from last year, Abby seems to like genuinely hate Vernon. I don't know. I don't know if she would abide by having him coming back.
Isn't that all theatre though?
I don't know.
Like the whole show, I can't tell.
Yeah. If they bring him back though, that would be fucking iconic. Like I would be there for it. Yeah.
Well, if we learned anything last year, it's that they can literally just change the rules at any moment. So
do whatever they want.
I look forward to seeing what they do. Paul Mizzi, thank you so much for joining me this week on the pod.
Anytime.
And where can our gorgeous listeners find you on the interwebs?
So my podcast, the Swapcast podcast, where we review body swap movies, is still going. So you can find us on anywhere you find podcasts. We're there. Just search the Swapcast podcast. We've got Instagram, website, theswapcastpodcast.com. So yeah, easy to find.
Amazing. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremant. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.